we go. So Dark, congratulations to Dark. He moves on to the semi-finals where he's going to be waiting for a while. Exclamation mark B in the chat. It looks like the bracket hasn't been updated too much. It looks like Gumiho and Creator are still ongoing. They've got a long series ahead of them. So we're going to be hopping down to the lower quarterfinals match mid-series here. Mid-series.
Indeed, we are currently herO. Does have the advantage. It is 1-0 in his favor. And both players are barcodes. Has to be try ahead. Anyway, we're going to be jumping into Royal Blood for game number 2 here in this TvP. We're in the bottom left-hand corner map, starting all the way in the bottom left-hand corner. We have our blue Protoss player coming out from the land of Korea. He is, of course, going to be representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming, DPG. He is herO.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Royal Blood, we have his opponent. We have the returning ex-military player. We thought he retired. Everyone thought he retired, but he is back. He is the Red Terran INnoVation.
I'm gonna try to keep my fanboyism to a minimum for this match, but yeah, it's really exciting to see INnoVation coming back here and competing quite a bit, not just in online weekly events, but also in a couple of like show matches and brawls that have been arranged by some of our community organizers as well. I remember before he left, INnoVation said, "Yeah, I'm probably not gonna go back to playing StarCraft 2 or just competing in any esport in general." But don't forget, you're here forever. I remember Ryung said the exact same thing when he returned from the military. He said, "Yeah, I'll probably ladder a bit, maybe play in online events, but I'm not gonna go back to competing full time, you guys." Now he's on onsite. Now he's signed to one of the top Korean teams. I would hope that it's going to be the same here for INnoVation.
Yeah, for those wondering, this isn't INnoVation's first time competing again. He did play in ESL Open Cup Asia a couple of days ago, where he got knocked out in the first round, I think, to Classic. He got 2-1 by Classic.
It's a very familiar matchup.
Yeah, and to be fair, Classic, like Creator, has also been on fire recently. Like, Classic has been looking really damn good in those weekly tournaments. So it's no fault to INnoVation, but I don't think it was the best kind of showing of his skill. And likewise, it's such a shame that INnoVation, we have to see him here against herO of all players, because herO is the best Protoss in the world.
Yeah, without a doubt. And it's also a matchup that INnoVation has struggled with quite a bit. I mean, he kind of cycled between trying to decide which matchup is the worst, but I think most of the time, yeah, he did mention that TvP was what he struggled against.
Yeah, historically, that is the case. Looking at his vision, he was able to sneak into the main base and scout the Stargate opener, so he's fully aware of that at least. And now he's going to be preparing back at home. Unfortunately, he does have a mine. It is here in the middle of the map, not back at home, as herO doesn't make an Oracle, is actually going for Phoenixes.
Yeah. Kind of diverting a little bit from what we've come to call the herO style TM. A little bit mistimed, unfortunately, there.
Yeah, a little bit mistimed. So INnoVation is going to be able to buy a little bit more time to just make more Marines across the map and to work on his production. He did go for a double gas opener. Woodmine shot, ooh, is going to get that Adept.
Yeah, but it was only one Adept. herO is going to be, well, I was going to say going to be able to take out this Widow Mine, but maybe not quite.
Yeah.
Cyclone was prepared back at home to try to defend, but herO will at the very least get a full-on scout, and the cherry on top of that will be 2 additional SCVs here.
Oh, yeah, it does get 2 SCVs and gets a scout in the main base, sees the 1-1-1 production, does put the tech lab on the factory, not the starport, and he was even able to see that medevac as it came out, so he knows that there's some drop potential out there. His Phoenixes are currently looking for that, if they can, or maybe could even just go straight for some mineral lines.
Yeah, it's mostly undefended. I mean, this natural mineral line does have a Widow Mine, so it's going to be able to take out at least one of these Phoenixes.
There we go. Woodmine shot goes off on one of those Phoenixes, but finally the mine is going to be going down, and of course, herO's hand has been revealed. INnoVation is now fully aware that there was no Oracle opener, so he doesn't have to be too concerned about at least that.
And he knows that herO's going to try to take the map control with these Phoenixes, so INnoVation's trying to preempt him. He is moving out as quickly as possible. He actually doesn't have stim.
Yeah, this is stimless, as we didn't have a tech lab on the rack, so we have Vanilla Marines moving out with 1 tank and 1 Cyclone. Bold move here. As you mentioned, though, a lot of resources have been invested in these Phoenixes. herO doesn't really have a ground army. You know, he doesn't really have a lot to defend back at home, so INnoVation has a lot of potential with this as long as the Phoenixes don't pull him apart.
Yeah, and that's always the concern right now is for the Phoenixes to catch reinforcements, to crowd control, or to CC a tank, or what have you. A bunker being built right here by an SCV. This is the INnoVation I know and love. This is the INnoVation who went up against SOS in 2017 with builds involving bunkers, but I don't think it's going to work out right now against all of these Phoenixes, against that Immortal. INnoVation, he's supposed to retreat.
He is, especially with the overcharge. Again, really impressive that herO was able to defend with minimal units. He had an Immortal, like 2 Zealots and a Stalker. And he was able to somehow push all this back, and oh, now he has the map control. He shuts down all of these Vikings. He wants a little bit more as well. He will get a 3rd Viking.
Like, so 1 Phoenix will go down, but it's 1 Phoenix against... But it's 1 Phoenix for the cost of 2 Vikings.
Yeah, exactly. Very cost-efficient overall from herO. Meanwhile, he's rallying the rest of his units across the map. He's getting his third base on location just so he can maintain map control and give himself the freedom to expand. And back at home, because of the air superiority, like, I don't really see INnoVation pushing out anytime soon. His Vikings and his medevacs have just been reset.
Yeah. Which is why he's gearing up for round 2, you know, he's getting his production facilities up and running, more barracks, reactor on the starport. Most importantly, he's getting stim. And the name of the game right now is to just, turtle up and make sure he has turtle up till he has enough of a force to push out. But herO doesn't want things to get to that point. He's pushing out with his ground army, with Colossus as well. Very beautifully timed right now for herO.
Again, 1 Immortal, 1 Colossus, 1 Stalker, and a couple of sentries, and he's somehow able to pull INnoVation apart. He kills both tanks on the low ground. He force fields the ram, so the Marines can't even help right now. They still don't have stim, by the way, just because of the opener that INnoVation went for, and herO, he just has control of the natural.
Yeah, just like so. Brilliant move by herO to just sort of distract the Marines of INnoVation all the way into the natural base, and then pop into all the way into the main base, and then just pop into the natural where he was most vulnerable. That orbital command was supposed to be INnoVation's 3rd, but now it's forced to be a natural base once again. It's 62 probes against 33 SCVs.
Oh no!
INnoVation has 1 last hurrah, but I think herO's just gonna quash that.
herO didn't lose a single. He didn't even lose a single unit, by the way. Like, when he pushed in, when he went for that insane move with as minimal units as possible, he was able to just dominate here, didn't lose anything, recalled as well. And as you said, now INnoVation is forced to be in almost he is in a pretty all-in position right now. He's got to make something happen with these drops, but it's so difficult to move out across the map with all these Phoenixes.
And even without the Phoenixes, I mean, INnoVation's just behind in pretty much every metric. He's behind in worker supply, he's behind in army supply. He is currently ahead when it comes to upgrades, but herO's going to close that gap in just about 20 seconds or so.
Yeah, +1 is on the way. Disruptors on the way. We already have 3 Colossi. INnoVation knows he cannot fight this head-on, so he picks up and he goes for a massive Doom Drop into the main base. The Phoenixes were out of position. INnoVation has to make some moves here. He's going to be able to force a reaction from this army, but this is going to be a one-way trip.
Yeah, good Doom Drop, but it would have been a good Doom Drop if not for the fact that there was Colossus here. There's Disruptors popping out, Phoenixes here to deal with the medevacs. Like you said, this is a one-way ticket, and there's no way home.
There is no way home. We have some reinforcements trickling in here on the front lines, but the Doom Job just got cleaned up. Now herO can rotate back over as well with his main army. Charge finally finishes up in time for this push, and every medevac gets taken out.
Yeah. I do like that INnoVation. He's still giving it a go. He is still trying to, he is still trying to show that his mechanics are still there, but GG, India, and herO will be taking that series 2-0, moving on to the semifinals, I believe. Nicely done.
GG, well played. Congratulations, herO. Almost styling on INnoVation there. I mean, herO is the best player for a reason. His control, his decision making, his micro is god tier. So congratulations to herO once again as he moves on to the semifinals, where he has another Terran opponent or victim waiting for him.
Well, we'll see about that, because these two, his opponent right now does have a little bit of a history with INnoVation. He's gonna be mad that his Hyung did just get taken out. Byun is gonna be facing herO in our first semifinal match. Look at that.
Let's go, Poppy. Let's go. Yes, Byun is INnoVation's #1 fanboy. He does have a whole a warm place in his heart reserved for INnoVation. And oh boy, Byun, he's angry, he's upset. More importantly, Byun did recently beat herO. I think it was in ESL Open Cup, the most recent Asia or Americas. It was this week.